Mexican sardine run is nothing short of magical. Each fall, millions of sardines venture through the coastal Pacific waters of the Baja Peninsula in search of the nutrient-rich offshore waters. During their journey, these bait fish become sitting ducks for predatory animals like sea lions, frigate birds, wahoo, mahi-mahi, and most famously, the striped marlin. Despite being completely overpowered and outgunned, the sardines use their strength in numbers and congregate into massive bait balls. This built-in defense mechanism is the sardines' only chance at self-preservation. As the bait balls are pushed to the surface, chaos ensues. Birds dive and tear into sardines from above, while sea lions, wahoo, and striped marlin do the same from below. To be in the water and witness this spectacle of life is truly an unforgettable experience, and it really offers you a first-hand look at just how relentless the circle of life can be. But just as fast as the madness begins, it disappears, and you are once again greeted with the silence of the ocean. In this episode, I'm with an all-time dive crew. We've got Dan, Eric, Austin, CJ, and of course Cook with the camera, not to mention our fearless El Capitan and his first mate. So join us as we cram in, like sardines, into a 42-foot liveaboard boat in search of adventure and big fish. Stay tuned for some of the highlights of this trip, including multiple encounters with humpback whales, non-stop fishing and spearfishing action, and some beautiful Mexican scenery along the way. As the sun begins to rise, our boat ventures offshore in hopes of finding blue water and bait balls. And after a few hours, we finally make it to our destination. Time to suit up and get in the water.
All right, everybody get ready.
Prepare the cannons. Enemy hostiles ahead.
Ah! Nobody freak out, it's happening!
As soon as we get in, we are greeted with an array of marine life. There's curious sea lions swimming by to check us out, and marlin below swiping through the bait balls. We've heard reports of wahoo in the area, so we all decided we'd wait for one to swim our way. And after several hours of drifting, a wahoo finally revealed itself. And out of all places, it was directly underneath the boat. As I swam towards it, I saw Austin on the right miss his shot, but fortunately Dan was there, ready with his spear gun in hand, and absolutely smoked this fish at close range. And within only a few seconds, his reel was almost spooled. Luckily, we got Dan afloat and attached it to his spear gun before it was too late. And after about a 10-minute battle, Dan put the brakes on the speed demon, and Eric was able to go down and secure a second shot in this beautiful fish.
Good work, boys. Yeah, boys. Good work.
Of all the fish in the ocean, wahoo is hands down my favorite to eat, especially raw, so this was a real treat to have in the icebox.
Woo! Dude, that's a good who.
Love the wahoo.
Would you rather have the wahoo or a broomtail?
I'd rather have the 60-pound broomtail we're getting tomorrow, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is the bonus right here.
Look how blue it is.
Beautiful fish, the colors.
Dan's been very gracious enough to donate all the meat to all of us to take home back stateside. Right. So very kind of him.
Bueno.
All right, let's go get this marlin.
Yep.
After spending the rest of the day chasing bait balls, we decided to let Sam get a crack at a striped marlin. And yes, marlin are legal to harvest and delicious to eat, but I'll talk more about the controversies around spearfishing billfish later in this video. Of course, as soon as we gave Sam a loaded spear gun, the marlin seemed to disappear. But after a few more hours of hunting, Sam finally had his chance. Unfortunately for Sam, he caught a serious case of buck fever and ended up taking and missing arguably the longest shot in spearfishing history.
Buddy. Oh, dude, you had one right that you didn't see. All right, let's get it in. Let's get it in.
But we all got back on the boat, regrouped, and chatted about the 50-foot shot which Sam had just attempted. But all jokes aside, we told Sam he needed to get much closer to this fish before pulling the trigger to ensure that he'd make an ethical holding shot.
Marlin down, boys! Let's go, Sam! Well done, Sam. Well done. Great shooting. Good work, soldier. Come on.
And after about a 15-minute battle, we got Sam's fish back in the boat where it was bled, gutted, and put on ice. We ended up eating some of Sam's marlin later that night. After a great day of diving, we decided to call it quits and get prepped for the next day where we'd be targeting reef fish.
Got him on, got him on!
Got him on!
Someone hand me a beer, No good. It's good bait.
On day 2, we decided to mix things up a bit and dive some nearshore reefs for golf and broomtail grouper. These fish can grow to be absolutely huge and are super challenging to hunt, especially in cold, murky waters.
Joe, get on the gap. Yeah, give me this gap. Feed me the gap. Feed me the gap.
All right. Oh, Joe! Take it. Oh!
There he is.
Little guy. Woohoo! Yeah! Huzzah! Sushi night part 2! Woo! Joe!
Let's go!
Do we even need to dive today? Serious gap? Yeah. All right, let's start boozing.
Let's cook them.
Oh! 2 of them.
On the ride to our first dive spot, we came across a pod of humpback whales. Sam was able to put his drone up in the air and capture some of the most insane footage I've ever seen. The whales were actually breaching on a pod of mobula rays, and no one on the boat had ever seen anything like this. We all guessed that the whales and the rays were feeding on the same food source, but drop a comment if you think there's a better explanation. After Sam landed the drone, he and I hopped in the water and had 2 of the humpbacks swim directly below us. Their whale songs were so loud you could actually feel them from underwater. Just an absolutely killer way to start the day.
We're only on day 2 and it's just been an incredible trip so far. And boys, you ready?
Let's get it.
Yeah! A lot of excitement from the team. Dan's diving with 12 pounds of weight and no wetsuit.
I know I can get to the bottom. I don't know if I can get up.
Shots will be fired.
After making it to our first dive spot, we geared up and jumped in. The viz was god-awful and the water was freezing, even in my 5mm wetsuit. But on my first dive, I stumbled across a blunt-nosed triggerfish and actually made a good holding shot.
Are you kidding me?
These fish are crazy looking and have teeth that could chomp your finger off, but just like the triggerfish here in Florida, they're delicious, so it was another welcome addition to the icebox.
Oh! Dude! Do it again. Oh my goodness. Do it again, do it again. Whoa, dude.
Eric and Dan also landed triggerfish later that morning too.
We are moving spots. We just did some bottom diving. We got two jumbo trigs and a. Dan, you want to get a photo of your trig?
Let me get with my baby one after y'all get a good one.
After bouncing around looking for better viz, we found a spot in 65 feet of water marking a ton of life. And after just a few minutes on this spot, Austin put a shaft in a solid golf grouper, but it ended up rocking him up. And with big grouper though, this is sometimes inevitable, and that's why it is really so important you have good dive buddies with you. We're giving them a 87% success rate of retrieval here. Sounds like they've got the fish located. Looks like a good shot. They're just gonna have to finagle, make some moves inside the crevice. I believe in these guys.
I don't.
And after being informed of the situation, Eric made a drop to retrieve Austin's fish. And after a brief tug of war, Eric was able to pull this beautiful grouper out of the cave and safely bring it to the surface. Guys, Joe Danger Analytics, we are not upcreasing, that's not a word. We're gonna increase our odds of success to 99.9%. Fish is in hand. They're swimming it back to the boat. Unless something goes completely awry, looks like we got a winner.
Boom.
Wow, we got a fish.
Is that your biggest grouper?
Yeah.
Oh shit, get him in the boat.
All right. Fumble
Yeah. He's all bit of 30.
Yeah. Fumble
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily 30 pounds. That fish is a lot bigger than I thought. Nice job, bud.
It's alright, dude. We'll rock one up later. You can go get it.
That's basically like a giant black grouper.
Yeah, it's a 40 pounder.
We'll try to do it deeper though.
Yeah. We kept diving some awesome spots like shipwrecks, boulder covered bottoms, and reefs with ripping currents. Eric landed a nice Cubera snapper. I ended up shooting a Mexican hogfish. These fish are actually a species of wrasse, the same species as the hogfish we see here in Florida, and both are really good eating. The day continued with tough conditions. I'd been holding out for a big grouper, but on my last dive of the day, I decided to take one more Cubera snapper for that night's dinner. While gutting this fish, we found an entire octopus in its stomach. One of the more interesting stomach reveals we've had on the channel.
Yeah. Eric's the man.
We decided to call it quits for the day and head back to port, but we figured we might as well set some trolling rods in case there were some hungry yellowfin tuna or wahoo sticking around.
All right, Eric, what do we got here?
I don't know.
Y'all got a bell or anything?
I'm saying it's a tuna.
I am amazing. I'm shocked at how difficult this is.
That's why. You said no belt, dude. I love a belt. I don't care how big it is. It's so much more comfortable to have a belt on.
It's probably a 5-pound tuna.
All right, I see.
Yellow.
Nice. I got a big fish on right now, Leaf. You gotta cheer him on.
Uh-oh. You gotta give me the... We got a lot going on, guys. We're
I know how.
Austin's got a real
My
fish.
drag's still sticking out.
Just let it go, baby. Just. You want him or what?
It's a shark.
What is it?
Huh? I think it's a shark.
Yeah, dude.
It's a shark. It's a mako.
Oh my god! What?
Yeah.
Alright, Jess, can I call you?
I know, I am
right back?
I am not.
Oh, he's off.
He broke the treble off the back, didn't he? Oh no, it's a baby mako.
He's off.
Damn, that would have been so good for dinner.
What?
Oh wow.
As the day came to an end, we were met with a killer sunset and a fresh fish dinner. Time to prepare for the next and final day of diving. On our last day of diving, we decided we'd head back out to the bait balls in search of striped marlin, wahoo, and any other pelagic species that might swim our way.
There's some free diving. You want to get the heart rate as low as possible, relax. So that's why I'm gonna drink a Red Bull right now. Red Bull gives you fins. Oh!
Smell the sponsorship.
I wasn't sure if I was going to spear a striped marlin on this trip, but decided to take a shot if I had a good opportunity. I also decided to use a reel gun without a float to make things a bit more difficult, and this was definitely not one of my better ideas. But after some time in the water, I had a marlin swim by and give me a broadside shot. I hit the fish a little further back than I would have liked, and the line started screaming from my reel.
And I could use the float, boys!
And within a few seconds, the reel had jammed. So the fish ended up dragging me across the water for probably a quarter mile. But lucky for me, Austin was able to catch up, swim a float over, clip it onto my spear gun, and make sure we wouldn't lose the fish or the gun. And after a brief battle, I was able to get my hands on the marlin, brain it, bleed it, and get it back to the boat on ice. To be honest, I've decided I won't spear another striped marlin again. They're just too beautiful, and I'd rather focus on pursuing more challenging fish like cubera snapper, big grouper, and tuna.
All right, that was easy.
After the marlin was packed on ice, we all got back in the water and were greeted with multiple groups of wahoo. These speed demons can swim faster than 50 miles per hour, making them one of the fastest fish in the ocean. They're also quite elusive and difficult to get close to. But after using my throw flasher and playing a game of chess with these fish all day, I finally had my chance. In this clip, you can see Austin make a dive on the wahoo, but the fish swipes through the bait ball and goes out of range. Austin could have pursued the wahoo, but he didn't want to spook it and blow a chance for someone else, so he swam back to the surface, where yours truly was ready to make a dive. And as I go down, I can't believe how close I'm getting to this wahoo. And finally get within range, squeeze the trigger, and ended up missing this trophy fish by an inch or less. Maybe this was the marlin god's way of getting back at me, or maybe I'm just a kook. Oh well, there's always next time. As we head back to shore, we're once again met with a beautiful sunset and another 5-course meal. On a trip like this, it's important for me to take in all the small things like the amazing views, conversations had with great friends, broken Spanish conversations with the locals, and a few days detached from technology. And most importantly, the fantastic Mexican pastries and cold beers. I did want to take a minute to talk about some of the controversy behind spearfishing billfish, in particular marlin. There are 4 species of marlin that swim in our oceans. There's blue, black, white, and striped. The largest marlin ever caught was a blue marlin that weighed over 1,800 pounds. These fish are apex predators and incredibly majestic, so it's no wonder why they draw so much attention. Not to mention that the bill fishing industry is also responsible for generating hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue each year. But unlike other marlin species, striped marlin only grow to an average size of 150 pounds. They reach sexual maturity at 2 years old and have a maximum lifespan of 10 years. They're legally harvested both commercially and recreationally in Mexico, and according to NOAA Fisheries, their fish stock is not overfished. To be honest, as a spear fisherman, harvesting a large apex predator is at the top of my list, especially when it's done ethically and all the meat is properly cared for. There are also very few places in the world where you get a chance to spear a marlin. So when the right opportunity presented itself, I decided to pull the trigger. I don't have any regrets about taking this fish, but like I mentioned, next time I'll be shooting striped marlin with a camera instead. As always, guys, appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. We shall see you next time.